I can't believe it's been a year since I sat in this very spot and recorded our first Lady Smith Manor Diaries. And it has been quite a year. So much has changed in the last year. The manor has changed so much. And we want to say a big thank you to you for joining us on our adventure and our journey. And it's been quite a journey, but we love sharing it with you, and we really appreciate you being here with us, for your comments, your encouragement, and for your interest in what we're doing here at the manor. And this week has been just a really busy week. We have seen big transformation again in our suite upstairs, and we also have our big announcement that we're going to be sharing at the end of this video. It's our 1 year anniversary of our Lady Smith Manor Diaries episodes. We wanted to do something a little special, so we actually have two big announcements this month in April. And one is today. You'll hear that at the end of this video. But also we have another one coming at the end of April, and you won't want to miss that one either. So stay tuned for that. So today I'm going to show you what we've been up to this week. And like I say, big transformation in the suite. We haven't quite done all the finishing touches yet, but it's really close to being finished. So I'm going to show you what progress we've made. And then probably next week, we will reveal kind of the final look for the suite. So you'll get to see how it's all come together. But to be honest, I'm really pleased, and I'm very excited to show you. Today has been a really fun day of learning for me, because I am making curtains for the very first time. And so I've learned all sorts of stuff. I've learned how to thread a sewing machine, how to fill a bobbin from a sewing machine, how important needles are. I went and ended up, I bought some new needles, which made all the difference when I started using the machine. I've color matched my cotton, and so I am now working on my first panels for the curtain. And I have my material, which I've cut. I measured like 300 times first before I actually made a cut, because I was so terrified that I would cut it too short and I wouldn't have enough material. And then I have a semi-dim liner for the inside, and I have just been and hemmed, or pressed and hemmed and pinned, both the liner and the material. So I'm now about to sew both of those, and thank goodness for YouTube is all I can say, because I found this amazing video on YouTube that she gives such great instructions that I'm actually finding it much easier than I thought I would. And so far everything has gone to plan. I made a little bit of a boo-boo with one of my measurements on my lining, which wasn't a disaster because it wasn't material, and I cut it a little bit too short. But I figured that out before I got too far. Didn't have to unpick anything, which is good. And so I managed to fix that. So I'm back on track again. And so I'm going to sew these hems, and then I can get on to the next step. So my hem is done. You can see here, I've now sewn my hem, and it looks pretty good actually. I'm actually surprising myself at how good this looks. And you can see behind me, I also have a production line of painting baseboards, crown moldings, and trim for upstairs in the ensuite. Stephen's been putting those up today, so I have my little production line behind me where I paint first coat, second coat, in between doing my curtains. So I kind of jump back and forth, but it means I get more done, which is good. But so that hem's done, and now I'm going to move on to my lining hem. So now I've done my hems, I have now laid out my material and my lining, and I'm now going to pin the sides so I can sew the side panels. And all I can say is thank goodness for my really big table, because I don't know how you make curtains on a small table. You need like a really big, so I have my 8-foot table here, and to be honest with you, next time I think I might get 2, because I keep having to move my sewing machine off to spread everything out. But at least it works. That's the thing. It's whatever you have to do to make it work, right? So my curtain is finally made, and I'm now gonna hang it. So I have my little hooks, and Stephen put my rod up here, my curtain rod. Last one. This ladder out the way, and here we go. It looks like a curtain, which is pretty good considering I've never made curtains before, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And we're actually going to put a really beautiful pelmet at the top, so you actually won't really see the pencil pleats. So we'll be able to show you that next week, but for now, my curtain is up. I'm actually going to do a tie back here so it has this lovely kind of shape to it, and yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I have to say I am very excited about how my curtains are looking now they're up and we have the pelmet on that Stephen made, and I think that they just come out beautifully. I'm so surprised, to be honest. And I'm still waiting for my tie backs to arrive, so that's going to give them a nice kind of shape once they come tomorrow. But they are just looking beautiful, and I love the color and the fabric. The weight of it is just perfect for this room, and then the pelmet is just is the cherry on the top. I gave Stephen the design of what I wanted it to look like, and he's made them for me. And so we have them on the windows and on the bed crown above the bed, and they just are perfect. And we've kept them quite simple. It's obviously got the shape on the pelmet, but we're going to decide once they're all up whether we add a little bit more detail onto the pelmet just to give it a little bit more interest. But sometimes less is more, and sometimes simpler is, going on the simple side is a better option. So I'm going to wait to see once everything's in place in the room, and then we'll decide whether we add anything in. But I am just thrilled with how these are looking, and next week we will show you and reveal the kind of whole room so you can see how it all looks put together. So we've decided that we're going to put in a bed crown above our four-poster bed. And so Stephen has put up the rails for us to hang the fabric from. And I've made these beautiful curtains, essentially, that are going to drape down, and we're going to have a fabric back. But we're going to now put up the pelmet that Stephen's made that's going to go above, so we are ready for our fabric to go up.
The next job was to get the glass replaced in the windows. So we carefully took out the old glass, or as much as we could. Some of them were so broken that they couldn't be saved. And then we prepped the window ready for paint.
So Stephen now has sanded the window frame down. So we managed to get, we've got all the glass out. I think we managed to save, 3 pieces. The rest were broken, and we couldn't save them. But we have saved 3 of the pieces, or the panes of glass, and we have new glass for the other panes. So my job now is to get this painted, and once it's painted, we can put the glass in and get it back upstairs. I have to say, it is so much easier painting a window frame with no glass in. Trying to paint and cut in and avoid getting paint on the glass is never very easy. So I've got to say, this is kind of a luxury for me, being able to paint a window frame and not worry about the glass.
New panes of glass then went back into the window, and then the outside will now be finished with exterior paint for the outside of the house. With the windows all put back together, we could now take the old board off the outside of the window and let the sunlight in.
So I'm just finishing the last few touches on the four-poster bed, and I've decided to put some gold onto these top pieces just here, just to give it a little bit more detail on the top. So I'm just painting my magic gold paint onto this, and then these will be top coated. But it just adds a little bit more detail, which is nice.
There was lots of progress this week on the finishing details. So the door frame went in, we worked on door trim around the door into the ensuite, the chair rail was finished, and we even started putting some of the crown molding up. And the crown molding we're actually going to be making ourselves, so the first pieces went up, and that's something we're going to continue to work on this week. The final result looks amazing. With the chair rail and the door trim, it's looking just gorgeous.
So the time has finally come when I can share with you our big announcement. And remember, this is the first announcement. We've actually got two this month. This is the first one. The other one will come at the end of the month. But I'm thrilled to be able to share that we are going to be hosting a vintage-inspired summer market this year. So on July 31st, which is a Saturday, and August the 1st, it's going to be a 2-day event. We are going to be hosting here at the Manor a vintage-inspired summer market. So think English country fair, tea on the lawn, beautiful flowers, local produce, wonderful local artisans, inside and outside. It's gonna be wonderful. We can't wait. And we're gonna have lots of different vendors that you're going to be able to see. Everything is gonna be local, New Brunswick, and the local area. We really want to showcase some of the beautiful things that we have here in New Brunswick and this area. So we're gonna have food and drink, we're gonna have some beautiful decorations. We are gonna make it feel like when you walk in, you're walking into this, you're going back in time to this wonderful vintage fair. And so we are really thrilled. Our Christmas market was such a huge success, despite the fact we had to kind of adapt and go online. And we've had so many people who have been interested. We wanted you to be the first to know. So underneath this video, in the description of the video, I'm putting a link. And that link will take you and allow you to sign up for to be on the wait list for tickets. Now, last time when we had our Christmas market, we had all our tickets reserved within 4 days, I think it was. Now, with COVID still part of our normal life, we are going to obviously be following all the COVID guidelines with social distancing. We will have outside and inside, but it will restrict our numbers. And so we will be using a ticket reservation system, just like we did last time. So if you want to be first on that list to get first dibs on those tickets, you can click on the link and put your name onto the list. Now, in the next few weeks, all the details will be released, including information about vendors, tickets, all that stuff. It's not there at the moment. We are just finalizing everything, but we wanted you to be the first to know, especially as it's our 1-year anniversary today. So we wanted to give you the first chance to get your name on that list so that you can get all the information about tickets when they first come out. So if you want to be be here and be part of our summer market, we'd love to see you. So click on the link, get your name on the list, and like I say, the information will be coming out in the next couple of weeks in terms of all the details of what it's gonna look like and what's gonna be there and what the experience will be for you. And it's all about us making it a unique experience for you. So we're really looking forward to it. So Saturday 31st of July, Sunday 1st of August, like I said, it's going to be a 2-day event, so we are going to have more tickets than we had last time, and we can't wait. So thank you again for joining us over the last year. I can't wait to see what happens and where we go in the next year. It's very exciting to see how this adventure and this journey is progressing. And so I'm going to get back to work, because next week I want to be able to reveal this suite to you and show you the whole reveal. So I'm going to get working on finishing the final touches, and I'll see you next week on the next episode of the Lady Smith Manor Diaries.